Thank you, Justin. I'm very pleased to be here today, certainly as a new CEO at the World Trade Center Association. I did want to give a shout out to any Canadians in the crowd tonight as a native Haligonian from Nova Scotia. All right, I know there was a few around. And I also wanted to recognize Michelle Song and Simone Schroeder from our team at the World Trade Center Association, who started with us many years as interns and have stayed on to make an incredible contribution as we grow our association. I appreciated a great deal John Dixon when he asked me to say a few words today, and I had to give it some thought, of course, on what I possibly could add to today's agenda. I started reflecting on many of the conversations that John and I have had over the years, because I found that we had always gravitated towards each other at World Trade Center events over the years. And it really was in and around the space of the idea of international business development and how on the outside it appears to be a very complicated thing. And it was in some sense, but I think John and I shared the approach that at its core it was simply about connecting people. And when we took that very simple approach to our affairs, it led us a long way towards our objective. I learned earlier in my career that starting with a very open and transparent approach to building trust into relationships early provided an outcome that I desired much earlier. So on that note, I thought I would tell you a little about what got me here today and give you a little bit of a personal overview of some of the challenges and opportunities that I think you're going to face as many of you are starting your careers or mid-career. So first of all, the WTCA is a non-political, not-for-profit association with 330 members located in 90 countries worldwide. Our members are wide-ranging, from established businesses to upcoming entrepreneurs to publicly funded economic development agencies, all focused on developing trade and investment opportunity for our members. So on one side, we are that very complicated global organization that might appear complicated from the outside. But on the inside, we are simply a people-based network guided at the community level. So while the global network certainly excites me, it is how we connect at the grassroots level of our memberships that drive my passion. And that is something that's been happening for 30 years. When I started my career in Halifax, Nova Scotia, we were in the events business. We hosted major conferences, conventions, trade shows, exhibitions. Anyone that knows ice hockey, we're the only city to have hosted IHF's 3 top ice hockey events internationally. Our slogan was, "Where it all comes together." But I always found that when I spoke on our business, I always deferred to the fact that we were in the simplest form of community and economic development business there was. We simply connected people. So I was fortunate to discover my passion earlier on, but it was what I did with that passion that helped direct my career. From the beginning, I've often found myself involved in new projects. I have no shortage of memories of dealing with first-time challenges, but I always showed up, I always did my best, or I like to think so. So when I get asked for career advice, I often fall back on 2 very basic points. One is to follow your passion and be prepared to step outside of your comfort zone. That is the place where true learning begins. This put me in good stead in 2009 when I took on my first CEO role. Our goal was to deliver on a $500 million mixed-use development in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Because there were public dollars involved, of course, it was a very lengthy and detailed and ongoing debate both for and against the project. I remember taking that criticism as a first CEO very personally, lying awake many nights waiting to see what the social media was going to deliver throughout the night and seeing if I was going to be on the front page of the newspaper. Little did I realize that this was a critical learning phase for me in my career. It is the best possible thing that could have happened. It wasn't really what happened, it was really about how I handled that challenge. So I came down with 3 quick perspectives that I want to touch on. Number 1, perseverance. In my case, we had a determined team, we had a goal in mind, and we were very focused on delivering. Number 2, we had a focus. We never took our eye off the ball. We were single-minded until we delivered on that project. Number 3, accountability. We were very results-driven. We were spending public money, and public needed accountability. We held ourselves accountable. Transparency. We took a very open and transparent approach to everything that we did. We published all of our numbers, and we stood behind our business case. We developed champions. We understood that it was a job that we could not complete on our own. We spent a great deal of time early on in the project to ensure that we had positive supporters. And most importantly, we stayed positive. We might have been criticized, but I think we always took the high road. So what started as the biggest challenge in my career turned into my greatest learning and a valuable career asset for me. So I want to say good luck in your endeavors, and thanks for the opportunity of saying a few words today. Thank you.